the hell did I just watch? Look, I don't usually do this. Usually when I watch a movie, I'll watch a few reviews at first. Before I start... You gotta scoot over a little bit. I gotta figure out a way to... And then... No, that's a little too far. Now I feel like I'm too much to the... I'm still trying to figure out how to do this for a new setup. Because having it way back there is too far. Alright. So like I said, I don't normally do this. But with this particular movie, usually I watch a couple of reviews. With this particular movie, I had to get on the camera right away. I had to record right away. You start looking at my face. What the hell did I just watch? Okay, so I did a review a while back last year. Earlier this year, I think it was, actually. For To Be Tuesday, I did the first Terrifier. I don't own it. I'm going to. I'm going to buy it. So I have that and the first All Hallows Eve, which is where he came from. I have All Hallows Eve 2. I want to review those movies. So I got All Hallows Eve, the first All Hallows Eve. Then I can do those for Halloween next year. Usually, like I said, I do watch reviews, but I had to come on camera right away to talk about this damn movie. Because what the hell did I just watch? Okay, so after the first one, I watched the first one after it came out, but I heard a lot about it, and I was like, Art the Clown, I enjoyed his stuff. It's a little gruesome. Some of the stuff from the first one, it's torture porn, okay? People, they call it torture porn. That's what this, and my God, if you didn't believe that, the first one, this one. You got Damien Leone, guy who directed the first one, back, and then he also wrote the first one and this one too. You got David Howard Thornton coming back to play Art the Clown. Fantastic performance, by the way. And then the only other two characters that come back is the talk show host lady who was the babysitter in All Hallows Eve, and the girl who the sole survivor of the last film. And credit to this film, you could probably watch both movies back to back if you have the stomach for that. I may try to do that. I don't know. This movie is 2 hours and 20 minutes, and I'm going to talk about how maybe it's not necessary to be 2 hours and 20 minutes. We'll get to that. But, that's crazy. But, yeah, so the story is that Art the Clown is resurrected by some unseen force. And 1 year later he comes back and starts killing people. And there's this teenage girl, this 28-year-old teenage girl named Sienna, who has some kind of connection to Art, I guess. And, Art comes a killing, and she is the final girl, so she has to fight him off. And yeah, so first and foremost, the kills in this, god damn, I'm a gore hound, and this was almost too much for me. And I know it's fake, and I know this is all practical effects. It's very well. I know it's just effects. I know it's not real. God damn, some of the stuff. Ugh. Man, there's kill scenes that are just... There's a whole massacre in a dream sequence, which, okay, so let's talk about the stuff that's unnecessary. This movie's 2 hours and 20 minutes long. Even Damien Leone himself has said that he has plans for a sequel, but they might split it up into two because he doesn't want to make another 2 hour and 20 minute movie. And I think there are some things you could take in out. Like, number one, the dream sequence. Sienna has a dream sequence in this that is pretty much unnecessary. I mean, it does come back later, showing some stuff, but it only serves to give us more kills. A bunch of kills that are kind of unnecessary because it's a dream sequence. But it's also kind of there to establish her connection so to speak, I guess, with Art the Clown, but it's not really necessary. And there are several sequences that you could have cut down. Like there's a scene with the cat on Nine Tails where he's wailing. And he wails on her little brother and he wails on her, and it just keeps going on and on and on. And if you'd taken maybe 30 or 40 seconds off of that, we don't need to keep on seeing him do it. It's too graining. It's too much. Before she eventually gets the upper hand and kind of reverses it and starts hitting him with it, and for some reason it's more therapeutic to see him get his ass beat than the other way around. It's just torture. You could have taken a few whacks down from that kill and we wouldn't, it's just Also, there's a kill where a guy gets stabbed in the dick, and I feel like you could have shown that a couple times and it would have been effective. But they keep going back to it and back to it and back to it. And I'm sitting there going, fucking stop it! As a guy, I don't need to see someone getting stabbed in the dick over and over again. A couple of times would have been fine, but they keep going back to it. And I think that's the biggest problem with the kills, is that there's too much. It goes too far with the kills. Like I said, there is one kill with the friend Allie where he attacks her in her bedroom. They call it the bedroom scene. And I keep hearing about this. The bedroom scene. You gotta watch the bedroom scene. I'm like, okay. And oh my god. He goes in there and he attacks her. He fucking scalps her. He rips her fucking arm off. And like fucking... Is that the one? No, that's later. He fucking takes part of her. He slashes her. First of all, it doesn't work like that. He goes like this and it slashes all the way through her eye. That's not how knives work, first of all. Her eye, too, it looks like one continuous cut, too, across the face. I don't think that's how that works. But, and I did sort of laugh at this. He adds salt to the wound. Literally. He pours, like bleach on her, and then rubs salt in the wound, basically. Yeah, and that's not it. There's a kill with the mom, which, by the way, is the only good character that deserved to fucking die, in my opinion. She's the worst character in this movie, the mom. And yeah, she's a bitch. Plain and simple. She's the stereotypical bitch mom. Where she's like, well, you can't go out partying with your friends. You're just gonna be drinking. And then Sienna's like, I don't drink. Even though later she does have a rum and coke and a shot of whiskey. And then I guess you put Molly's. I don't know what Molly's are. I don't do drugs, so I don't know what Molly's are. Okay? Only drugs I take are prescription. Like I used to take Ritalin and other ADHD medications when I was younger. Not anymore, but And then of course Advil for me headaches. But I don't, I don't do drugs. But so I don't know what Molly's are. But like, her mom is just totally like she's a bitch for the entire movie until there's a phone call where the daughter calls her and she's like, and she's she has the Molly in her, so she's a little weird and she's like, you've been drinking, and it's like an argument and she's like, I love you. No, I mean it, Mom, I love you. I love you too. And I'm like, she's fucking dead. And yeah, she is. And like, he fucking kills her. Man, he like, I don't remember how she dies. I remember the after one because when the son comes back home, because the little brother has run off because he got pissed at her, called her a bitch, and then she finds the car covered in like shaving cream or whatever and shit, and bitch written on the windshield, which Art's in there. We'll get to my one problem with Art in a little bit, but so he comes back and he's got the dead body of the mom propped up at the kitchen table, and he comes in with this bowl. It's got mashed potatoes, and he scoops the mashed potatoes on the plate, and he takes the mashed potatoes in his hand, he smooshes it in the wound, in the face wound. I laughed a little bit. There's some stuff where Art makes you laugh. Like there's a scene in the costume shop, which is in the trailer, where he's got like the sunflower glass and he's like, and then it cuts away to her trying to dig through her purse. It cuts back to him. He's got another pair of glasses. He's going, and then it cuts away again. It cuts back. He's doing another thing. And sometimes it'll show her and then him in the background. I laughed at some Art stuff. Art himself is a great character. However, how he's handled in this, I think maybe I had a similar problem with him. He's too OP. He's too OP, in my opinion. And there's too much convenience with this character. What I mean is, like, one, it's too predictable that he's always going to catch up with his prey. Like, there's a very good point, a very good example is the mom with the car where she's cleaning and stuff, and she goes, it's all covered up and says bitch, and she blames the brother after she gets off the phone with the daughter, which I said, no, she's dead. She's cleaning it off, and I'm sitting there going, she's going to wipe off the window, and Art's going to be on the other side. Sure enough, she wipes up the window, he's there. And he fucking kills her. So, that's obvious. And then later, twice, within like a 10-minute time frame, no, 3 times. 3 times? 2 or 3 times, it happens. There's 2 times. It happens within a 10-minute time frame. First of all, there's this. So there's a storyline here that the dad died of some brain tumor. There's a brain tumor. He had a brain tumor, but then later they say he was in a car accident where he drove right into a power transformer and died. And I guess we're led to assume that Art is the one who killed the dad because he has drawings of Art in his little journal and stuff, and the drawing of the costume that the daughter wears, and she makes the costume herself with the wings, which are set on fire. And of course, the mom blames her for the fire, even though the candles weren't lit. And if you paid attention before she fell asleep, you know the candles weren't lit. And then there's that dream sequence, which is unnecessary, like I said. There's something with that song that is connected to something. I don't know. But, and then there's this little ghost girl, which is what she's called. Like Emily Crane is her real name. She's a victim of Art's. Excuse me. She's one of Art's victims. But she's like a apparition that only Art can see at first, because there's the beginning when he first resurrected. Like the film starts off right where the last one ended, with he's resurrected and he's killing the mortician guy, and he like calls 911. And they're like, where are you? Where are you? And then I'm like, well, he's at the freaking hospital. Hospitals are relatively close to police stations. I mean, our hospital is, let's see, maybe a mile away-ish from the police station here in town. Don't quote me on that, but ish. And so not that far. He's, But Art gets away and he's like cleaning himself up or whatever, and he looks, and there's this little ghost girl that looks like him, but no one else can see it except for Art, Sienna, and her brother. For some reason they can see her, but nobody else can. That's never explained. That's another thing. They never explain anything. There's some kind of connection, but that's not explained because they want to build. Like Damien Leone says, he wants to build more on Art's backstory. The problem is, this is a 2-hour and 20 fucking movie that, even though there's a story, it's spent on a lot of kills, a lot of gore, and there's still not enough storytelling to explain what Art is, where he came from, etc. Right? Eventually, this leads us to the abandoned amusement park where the little ghost girl was originally killed. And so, Sienna, her friend Brooke, and Brooke's boyfriend, who looks very much like Chris Denker. I'm sorry, he does. He just has like the longer hair. Guy, I swear he looks like him. I had to look up to make sure it wasn't him. It wasn't. But it looks just like him. I swear to God, at some point, when he smiles, specifically. But anyway, uh, he's the guy that gets stabbed in the dick a bunch of times, by the way. And after that happens, the girl Brooke gets attacked, and she's running through this amusement park, and she's in this fun house, and she starts screaming. Sienna hears her and starts running toward to find her. Now, keep in mind, Brooke is running from Art, but he's nowhere near her. And she eventually gets to this bathroom, whether it's a real bathroom or a set, I'm not sure, but she's there. And all of a sudden, Art's right there, like a minute after she gets in there. Bullshit. He was further back than that, and suddenly he's already there. And then it happens again later. Twice, I think, actually, it happens. Because, maybe, I don't know. But the one I'm thinking of right now is when Sienna finally catches up with Jonathan, he beats the shit out of her and knocks her unconscious. Then starts chasing after Jonathan, who had already ran off. And somehow, when Jonathan turns the corner, Art's right there. Bullshit. No way he got ahead of him. No way. And you can say, oh, it's supernatural. I don't care. Oh, he knew the place. I don't care. There's no way he's in front of him. That's why I say he's too OP. It's too convenient. Art always gets the advantage. And I want to say there's another one. Like, I don't know. But they do this thing towards the end where they're killing him. They kill him twice, maybe 3 times, and he keeps coming back. Every fucking time. And it's like, what? Like, okay, we get it. He's an horror icon. But at some point, like, even Jason, maybe he died once in the movie and then popped back up again. But this is too much. It really is too much. We're not done with the weird, surreal bullshit, okay? Keep in mind, my score changed at some point because I had the mid-credit scene hasn't really fucking changed it for me. Well, no, there's something else that changed it. Sort of. So, there's the whole thing with this blade, this sword or whatever it was that belonged to their dad, I think. And I was like, okay, so this has something in connection with Art, like it's the only thing that can kill him. But that doesn't seem to be the case. Not really. I don't know. Because, like, first of all, bad writing. She leaves it behind when she should have taken it with her. So Art has to be the one to grab it. And there's no reason for it. He's just like, grabs it. There's no reason for him to grab it because it's never explained his connection to this family at all. If she grabbed it and had it with her, this is cool. Because it's already a part of her outfit. She should have just brought it with her. And she had it with her. But no, Art grabs it, so it's already there when she gets to the place. And she ends up using it. Art fucking stabs her with it and she dies. And then he throws her into some water tank trap thing that wraps around her leg and she drowns. But then the sword lights up and brings her back to life, and then she saves her brother and decapitates Art. And then the little ghost girl shows up and takes Art's head and just leaves, doesn't do anything to them. And the movie ends. And again, there's a mid-credit scene, but again, I'm like, okay, what? Like, there's no wraparound, there's no cops are gonna come, there's no 2.5 hour movie and not enough is explained. 2 hour and 20-minute movie, and you couldn't include a wrap-up scene for our characters, cops showing up, they try to explain what's going on. Cops asking, where's the head? No, it just ends. We go to credits. And then there's a mid-credit scene. And this is where I was like, what? So this is a year after the events of the first film. And this takes place right around the ending of the last one where the story that's being told to the talk show host, and then she attacks the talk show host. The survivor attacks the talk show host. That happens a year after the events. I guess they kind of explained it in the first one, but I guess I didn't catch it. And so now Victoria, the survivor, she's in a mental hospital. We go to the mental hospital where we see Les Champions, Chris Jericho with a little bit of the bubbly. Not really, I just had to say that. And he's a nurse or an orderly or something, and he's talking to this nurse lady, and this is Halloween, by the way. And there's like this, I don't know, rotten brain meal his wife made. I don't know what it is. And they're talking about Victoria and how she's being kind of quiet, and then the nurse starts humming, not Chris Jericho, the female nurse, starts humming the song from the dream that Sienna had. Okay. Apparently Victoria has been singing it all day. Okay. Why? Where did it come from? You have to explain things. You can't just throw things in your movie and not explain them. You have to give us explanation. You know, a big problem people have with the first one is that there was no plot. So he gave us a plot, but there's still not enough explanation of what's going on. You have to explain. And, you know, we're going to have to give him more money to make more movies because, yeah, to get more explanation. And not done. I'm not done. So we hear Victoria singing the song, and the nurse, female nurse, not Jericho, female nurse, walks up, and she hears the thing, and she opens it. By the way, before this, we see Victoria in her cell, and she's taking blood from her vagina, obviously from her vagina, so something's happening, and then we see her stomach is bloated, so she's pregnant. That was never established, and after we see what's born from it, I just don't understand. I don't. But anyway, she's taking the blood, and she's writing words like the C word, which I don't like saying, and, you know, bitch, and other stuff. And so then she hears the song, the female nurse hears the song, she opens the thing, and she's sitting there, all bloody, like a umbilical cord sticking out. She's holding Art's head. And she goes in, and she's like, and Art's head moves and goes, huh? She gave birth to Art's head? Because she was like licking it clean or whatever. She gave birth to Art's head. She also wrote in the middle, Art plus Vicky and Art. I'm just like, the fuck am I supposed to do with that? What does that mean? She's giving birth to the head? That makes no fucking sense. Which is why my score went way down with the... If this mid-credit scene wasn't in there, it would have just been pretty good. Right? Pretty good. Not so good, pretty good. The gore was a little too excessive. The kills went on a little way too long, some of them. Art the Clown was a little, you know, the whole... him being in front of Jonathan, even though he was behind him, and being too convenient and stuff. That's fine. I'll still say it's pretty good because I enjoyed it. With this ending, it's the middle of the road. It has to be. I just can't. What? I don't get it. Because Damon Leone didn't fucking explain anything. You need to explain to us. Oh, you'll find out in the sequel. No. 2 hours and 20 minutes and you couldn't give us any explanation as to what's going on? What? No. A 2 hour and 20 minute movie and there's no explanation for stuff. They hint at stuff but don't go anywhere. I need more info. I need more stuff. You can't just... No. It's the middle of the road. I didn't hate the movie. I enjoyed it. I'm not in a hurry to ever watch it again, like anytime soon. But, Jesus. Just, Jesus. We need more explanation. I'm sorry. I did. It's the middle of the road. It's fine. It's not a bad movie. I just think they could have given us more. Especially with the two hour and 20-minute movie, I keep saying that, which consists, of mostly kills. There's a plot in there. It works as a plot. The plot works. I just need more, like, what's with the dad's journal? What's the connection to Sienna and her family? What's with the little ghost girl? How come only Sienna and the brother can see her? Could the mom be able to see her? What's going on? Did they have the same? Did the dad really have a tumor? Did the dad really die from the crash? Or did Art kill him? I need more explanations. And I don't want to throw in and just be, oh, Art's back killing people again and we got a new protagonist. Bring Sienna back. She's a badass final girl. I loved her. She's a badass. Except for, take that stupid fucking thing out of your nose, okay? It looks terrible. I don't mind if they get, like, maybe a little, not a loop, but one of those little studs here, a little gem thing stick here, but no friggin' loop, and nothing on your lip. And this is a little off topic, but stop getting fucking tattoos all over your face. It's not cool. You look stupid. Okay? Sorry. I've seen a lot of pictures on the internet, people that have like tattoos all over their face. It's not cool. You look like you fell asleep when someone drew all over your face. Sorry. I'm going off topic, but as I was talking about piercings, I had to talk about that, okay? This movie is the middle of the road. Plain and simple. I liked it, but not as much as I thought I was going to with all the praise it was getting. We need more explanation. I'm all for another one. Let's not take 5 years to get it out, okay? Or 6 years. Let's not take another 6 years to get it out. I know that was kind of out of their hands with COVID. But let's not take another 6 years. Let's do about the 2 or 3 years, eh? I know funding has to be a thing. They have to crowdfund it because that's how a lot of independent movies get made nowadays. But come on. Also, come on, Walmart. A DVD. You see some movies I'll get on DVD because that's all Walmart has is a DVD. A DVD. But anyway, what are your thoughts on Terrifier 2? In the comments, let me share, like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching. I've been Scotty, and I'll see you in the next one.